Hey guys, it's Amy with Amy and Art Designs, and we are going to do some reverse canvas crafting. So I'm super excited about this because I got some things to try and kind of bling up the frame on the reverse canvas instead of just having like a typical plain reversed canvas sign because and we're going to use a Dollar Tree reverse canvas and a printable. I'm going to use some wooden beads and some Loctite, and we are going to make this look really cute, I think. And we're going to try that Vaseline method again when we paint. So I'm glad you're here. I'm excited to start crafting with you. If you're here and you're watching on the replay, drop hashtag replay for me. Make sure to say hi and let me know where you're watching from. And we are going to get started crafting. So let me show you. I know I'm running a little late today. I took down everything yesterday. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing? So I took down all of my stuff yesterday when we were moving the laser and things around. And my kids had tutoring, and so I took all my stuff to the library to work. Hey, Cassie. And I totally forgot that I didn't have it set up. So I came downstairs and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm usually set up the night before, but I had to get myself set up. Hey, Tammy. So we're going to do a reverse canvas sign, and we'll see how things go. How's it going with you guys right now? It's really beautiful here today. I feel like my eyes are like super puffy though. I mean, like I just woke up and they feel, I don't know, I think it's the weather. Let me add my second camera. Add to stream. Here we go. Okay. I don't want to be able to see my computer. There we go. Okay. All right. So if you haven't made a reverse canvas with me before, this one's going to be 4x6, and I'm going to start with this crafter square. Make sure y'all sprinkle too, and I've got the jar somewhere. The yellow jar over there. Let me grab it. Hey, Diane. Diane, I need to talk to you. I will shoot you. I'll try and shoot you a message through Messenger. Like if you haven't messaged me on Messenger recently and I can't find it, then I'm not allowed under my page profile to just message any random person, which I guess is a good practice on Facebook. But I want to talk to you about the community creators. I just haven't gotten around to that. So if you still want to do that, I would love to have you do it. If anyone else is in my makers in the crafting tribe and you're interested in doing community creators, which is basically like you're just part of my team, and you just kind of help me comment, make sure, chat with people, help us create community inside that group, right? Because if it's just me in there chatting with people, like, but it's just real simple, 15 minutes a week of chatting. And then what I do is we're in a thread together, like a messenger thread. I did this once so far and it worked really well. And I was trying to switch the people out this time, but you're in a messenger thread with me. Each week I want to do some contests this time. So like just maybe name draws or whatever with some freebies. And you also, while you're a community creator, you get 15% off of my shop with a community creator code, special code only for my community creators. And except the subscription box, there's no discount on that because it's already a heck of a deal. So, but all of the other wood cutouts and everything else will apply that 15% off. So while you're a community creator, you get that discount. So if it's something you're interested in, I'm working on I was supposed to do it at the beginning of April, and it's just been a really busy month for me. And so if that's something you're interested in and you're in that group, let me know because I'd love to have you. And again, it's just commenting. 15 minutes a week, chatting with people, asking them questions, and I'll give you information on like kind of just, hey, how did you make that? Or what paint did you use? It was that decoupage, just those kinds of crafters questions. So people learn to share techniques and ideas with each other. And it's a lot of fun. And so if you like chatting with people, if you like crafting, and if you want kind of direct access through a messenger thread to me and a discount on my shop, my wood cutouts, not the box, but the wood cutouts, let me know. Shoot me. The best way would be shoot me a DM. The other thing that you have to do is we have to be friends on Facebook. So you have to be friends with my personal profile because I can't have a messenger thread. That tripped me up for a while the first time. I can't have a messenger thread like only with a page. A page can't have a messenger thread, but we can have a messenger thread. So you would send me a friend request or vice versa. And then we all go in one thread. And it's not okay. The thread is really mostly for communication about the community creators, not necessarily to like have so much going on that it gets on your nerves. So if you do, then definitely shoot me a DM. I try and keep that group around like 8 to 10. So I think I have there's a handful of people who are already interested. I'm trying to find a few more before we get started. So if you want to be a community creator for the rest of April, May, and June, shoot me a DM and I would love to get you hooked up, and I would love to have you help me chat with people about crafting in that group, the Amy and Arts Crafting Tribe, the free group, just to get people chatting and learning and feeling like they belong, because I want them to feel like they belong. But like, I'm one person and I can't do all. I get in there every day and try and comment. But again, so yeah, shoot me a DM and I would love to chat with you about it. So let's say hi to everybody and we'll get started. Oh, my big head's in the way. Lordy. So good morning, Tammy. Hey, Cassie. Tammy, the other Tammy's here. Diane, Gail, Cassie, no, it's still wrapped up in the other room. So that's for this weekend. I've kind of cleared my calendar aside from the kids games, and I'm gonna like have to rearrange my space quite significantly. So I'm not really sure. You know what, the plan was to start on that last weekend, and then Gabe got hit by the car and everything kind of went downhill from there. So it's here about 3 or 4 weeks earlier, the laser, than what I thought it would be. So I just wasn't super prepared. Gina, hey. Okay, is this your first time here? If it is, let us know. Yeah, if it is, good, Gail. Shoot me a message. I would love to have you. Happy Friday. Hey, Deanne. I lived in Prosper for something. So Amy, community creators, it's just like a thing I came up with to help the free group, my Amy and Arts Crafting Tribe, just help create community in there, because I'm one person, and to share what you're working on, to share things you've painted, to chat with other people, ask them questions. And so I put together a group of like 8 to 10 women who love crafting, who love to chat with each other. And I try and rotate them out, like, so I don't have the same group like back to back. So like if you did it this quarter, you couldn't do it next quarter, but you could hop back in the quarter after if you wanted to. But where you go in and just ask people questions, get them chatting about what they're doing, share ideas. Because what I've found, one, is that people feel more comfortable sharing in a private group. And the other thing that I found is that people love to show what they've made, but they also want people to ask them about it and talk to them about it. And I love to learn from them. I've learned from a lot of the ladies in there, things that they do, things they've painted. And so it's just a matter of helping, like, chat with people, ask questions. And it's just 15 minutes a week. And so we're in a private messenger thread. You get a 15% discount on my wood cutouts, not the box, but the wood cutouts. And then we'll have some contests and some fun stuff in there. So that's what that is. If you're interested in being a community creator, sorry, my camera is right here and I keep sticking my head under it. Then let me know. And oh, Diane taught at Bowls. I didn't know you taught at Bowls. Yeah, so just let me know and we'll get that going. And especially if you like to buy, if you're like a regular customer for my wood cutouts, it's a great deal because you get a discount. So, let's see who else is here. Hey, Kim. I know I miss Texas too. Joe and I often, thank you, Tammy, say that we moved to, oh, you just kept missing this. Joe and I often say, like, it's going to be 48 on Friday. And we say we moved, anyway. But we're here. So, okay. So we're going to do a printable parade. This is similar to the printable parade. We're using a different printout. We're going to do the frame differently. I was going to do bees, but if you're coming to Jen and I's thing tonight, we're doing a bee theme, so I didn't want to double my theme, so I changed my mind. So this is actually the printout I put in the Joyful Crafting Club this month. So in their box, I give them a hard copy printable every month that coordinates with their tray, so they get an extra sign. They can make it into an extra sign. And I made this so that it would be sized for any sign, but specifically for a what is that called? It's a reverse printable. Oh, good, Amy. You were a moderator. Good. Yeah. Shoot me a message if it's something you want to help with. Absolutely. So hey, Angie, how are you? Okay, so we are going to go on the outside of the staple jaw like this. Okay. This actually, I'm hoping this is a decent frame. Let's see. I think I'm going to try and put some wood beads on this one. We'll see how we like it. Instead of just a basic one. So the thing about reverse canvas and printables, if you've got a 4x6 frame, okay, and you want to put it into a reverse canvas sign, then the problem is going to be that oh my God. Oh God. I forgot to put it on do not call. Sorry. The problem with it is that it's going to be too big. Because you've got this, I don't know, what is the width of this wood? Like a 1/4 inch or something. I'll measure in just a second. Ooh, these are nicer. Ooh, they're mitered on the corner. It's the same brand, but they maybe they've been listening to me talk about how their frames are janky. You think? Holy cow, these are much nicer. Holy moly. Look at this, girls. Okay, the frames are actually mitered. These are really nice. Ooh, I don't know if they're going to work with my beads. Let's measure it. It is. It's a 1/4 inch. So if you have a 4x6 that's intended to be a full 4x6 and full bleed, right? The problem is when you put your reverse canvas on it, it's going to look wonky. So you have to have you have to either resize it or it's got to be designed specifically for this if you're going to use a full printable. Does that make sense? When I did the printable parade, Gina, because you were at the printable parade, I resized that sucker and it took me 3 or 4 tries to get it so that everything was big enough to still show, but not outside of the printing parameter, right? And I know you guys love reverse canvas. And so I thought I would make this one both ways for the people in the Joyful Crafting Club. But I also, something I wanted to ask is that if you guys like to make reverse canvas and you need specific signs, let me know that too, because this is like one of my favorite ways to use my printables. So yeah, this is really nice. Look at these mitered corners. Yeah, that's the size, right, Amy? You have to resize it to that. But with my printing software, right, it doesn't. Okay, so what they've done is they've put like a little caulk in the corner, and I'm just trying to cut it out with my box knife. The problem I've had is that if a PDF, I can't necessarily resize into inches. If I've got a file like this in Canva, I can just put it in there, hit the dimensions, it's going to resize it, right? But for a PDF, and it depends on the layout too of the graphics, because usually, at least, and if maybe somebody else knows how to do it and I don't, but what I haven't been able to do is to resize it by inches. I can resize it by percent. So I might like take it down to like 80% and see how that works, or 85% and see how that works. I had to print it and redo it a few more times. Maybe there is a more scientific and exact way to do it, but that's what I had to do to get it to work. I can't remember. I think I had to resize it to 80 or 85. Okay, so this just kind of fills the gaps, which you can't really. Let's cut that out a little bit. It doesn't, honestly, it does not matter. You guys know I'm just fussy. But these are much nicer. They're not janky. I bet Dollar Tree's been watching my lives. What do you think? Okay. Yeah, you have to shrink it with your printer. And that's the only time I've been able to do it with a printable that maybe is an 8x10 printable, but I want to make a reverse canvas, right? So, but this one, see, look, I did it so it would just be perfect. So, yeah, I don't know a better way to do it. I do want to take this. I'm not worried about that because we're not going to see it, but I just don't like it popping out. So, what I was thinking with this was I'm going to, okay, it's really nice. I gouged my wood, but it's not going to matter. Okay, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking about gluing these little beads on here to kind of give it another decorative element. And then painting it white. The problem with, if we wanted to go in with the decor wax, the decor wax really, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Amy. The decor wax ends up being two different colors, one color on the wood frame and one color on the beads. And so, and you know what? These are just a little, these are actually a little too big. They look okay on the corners, but this is a little different wood. And these are a little too big. I don't think it's going to work. I don't know. They're going to hang over the edge. And I don't like it. Well, scratch that. Well, these are a little thinner frames now. So, let's just skip it because I don't think that's going to look right. I would need, I think I would need 3/8. I think those are 1/4 inch beads. And so the beads have to be a little smaller. Oh, there is the plan. So we're just going to I'm going to use the Vaseline trick again on this just because I love the look, and I'm going to do a white, but I want to get this out of here so it doesn't show. I'm going to do a white paint on it. No, so the laser, I also have a replacement Glowforge I've got to get set up this weekend. I mean, mine's working, but the printer head is acting up. And so I ordered a new printer head, and that did not fix the problem. And so apparently the autofocuser is not super happy on that machine. It works, but it can be glitchy. And so they sent me I paid for, got a refurb actually. Okay. So sorry. So I usually am here at 11. It's 11 Eastern, but I was running late today. Yeah, I was running late. Sorry about that, girls. I try to be on time. This week has been, the truth is this is just the truth. I woke up this morning a little later than normal, but it's the first, the kids, obviously, it was 10 till 7 when I woke up. I'm usually up around 5:30 or 5:45, but the kids, and so I realized that it's the first time I've slept well since Gabe got hit by the car, and he's fine. Everything's fine. Like the whole thing is done with in terms of that. But I think I just was unsettled nerve-wise. And so, y'all, that was I just, everything was has been off this week for me, honestly. And like when I didn't realize it until this morning when I woke up and I actually felt rested, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a little tricky. It's been a little tricky. I'm going to try sponge brush. These really don't need much sanding at all. It feels really nice. So I'm going to go in and do some Vaseline on this just to see how it looks on this frame. I'm not going to do a ton. And yes, Amy, I agree. Like the decor wax looks totally different on the beads than the frames. Like the decor wax, the beads are just, even the half beads are different than the full beads. Even I don't know if it's the way they're processed. If they do like a spinning thing, or I don't know how they make those beads. Oh, you're still watching. Oh, good. Yeah. Well, see, 8. Yep. It's just usually I'm up and yeah, he's doing great, Tammy. Thank you. I'm usually an early riser, but I would have been, honestly, I think today is the beginning of getting back together. I think my nerves have just been on edge all week long. So, which, you just do your best. So when you do the Vaseline and you're kind of trying to make it look a little aged, or like chippy, when you think about where things weather first, it's the edges and the corners. So just be mindful, like you don't want to rub it unless your intention is just to have it right through the middle. You really don't want to just rub it through the middle, if that makes sense, because it's not gonna it's the paint isn't going to stick in the places where you have the Vaseline. So yeah, this weekend everything's getting pulled out. If you guys saw, I have like a big kitchen rack, like when you did anyone work in a restaurant, like in the back end or the back of the house, where you had that's my paint, you had those big tall rolling racks where you would stack, like, if you were catering, you would have rolls, or if it was back in the back kitchen and they were going to bake off bread, or if you're in the a server in the front of the house, you do the salads and roll it into the chiller, those kinds of things. I've got one for my workspace. Okay, this has got a little chip, but we're gonna paint right over it. And I just stack, like I cut the wood and then I stack it in there. And so that's got to come out. My packing table's got to come out. My heat press and my other bench has got to come out. And I think I've got a whole set of shelves that have to come out. And in fact, I'm not really sure about my filming area because that thing is bigger than I'm not sure how far it's going to come out. So I don't know. I don't really know. I've not figured it all out yet. Oh, hey, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, your husband. What does he do? That's early. Oh, he works at the Facebook data center. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, he's kind of inside track there on Facebook. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Those racks come in handy. So they're headquartered out there where you live? I didn't know where. I honestly don't even know. Like, I think Google is in California. Okay. I think this is gonna, I probably hit it with the decor wax later. I did have in my head this whole, like with the beads and the Vaseline, this whole idea, but these are thinner. So it wasn't going to work. Okay. So the trick with this, oh, here's the other thing. If you go back over this with another color, after you wipe the Vaseline off, like you need to get the paint on there. If you're not going to do a second coat, the best you can, because once you wipe it off, you don't want to paint back over it because you're going to cover up your Vaseline spots, unless that's the look you're going for, right? Or if you're going to put more Vaseline on and do another coat. Sorry, Timmy, that's a 4x6. That is a 4x6. So, and then the inside is, well, they're a 1/4 inch. So the inside is more like 3.5 by 5.5 because each side is a 1/4 inch. But then your print has to be smaller than that, because if you're exactly 3.5, it's going to hit those edges, if that makes sense. So I'm just getting the paint off my hands. I did my nails. I got these polka dot, and I wasn't really sure I was going to like them. They're very matte, but they're actually really fun. Before I put them on, I was like, I'm going to look like a elementary school girl, but it looks cute. You may not have shown it yet of the honeybee set after it's been painted. You mean the wood cutout one on my shop? Okay, I'll tell you the truth about that set. I've never painted it. Someone asked me for a honeybee set last year, I think, and so I cut it, put it up, and with the intention of painting it. I've never painted that set, but I would use the same colors that I used on my bee sign back here. The Be Kind sign. Can you see that one? So whites, blacks, and the yellow, that's actually King's Gold from like Apple Barrel. But I should have legitimately like painted it by now, and I have not. I have another honeybee set I was going to paint today, but Jennifer and I, anyway, but so that may get painted another time. Yes, I've never painted it. But it's one of my best-selling sets. Usually my sets sell better when I paint them first, right? But people love the honeybees, and that thing flies out. Everybody loves the honeybees, which is why I did the bigger bee sign for Stacy's group, because I thought that'll be fun. Everybody seems to love the honeybees. But I mean, those honeybee things fly out. I've got a different style that's going to go up. I'm missing some questions. Let me go back in a second. Let's see. No, the Vaseline doesn't spread while you're I mean, it might a little bit, but I mean, you're gonna wipe it off, and wherever that Vaseline ends up, the paint's gonna come off, if that makes sense. Um, so this needs to dry. Hold on, let me grab this. Yes, my nails are red aspen mostly because this is here. I just dropped the link for red aspen. My nails are red aspen because I mean, I've tried, like, even if I were to go and get them done, which who has time for that? Because I don't. We're gonna Mod Podge this, ladies. The truth is, like, with all of the work that I do, I get so much stuff on my hands, and I just can't keep nail polish on my hands. And for a long time, and you could ask Joe, I never did my nails. I just could never. Even when you're a mom and you've got little kids. Okay, for the Mod Podge guys, we just want a nice coat. We want it dry to the touch. And you want to make sure to get past these edges because you don't want your printable not to stick, okay? But the thing is like with when you're like woodworking, or got my hands in the laser all day, like the wood, not in the laser literally, but you know what I mean? My hands get really like that char from the wood. Like when you touch so many sets a day, it stains my hands. And then your nails just from the washing and whatever. So I love my red aspen nails. They do have, they're super, every set comes with the full, okay, I'm going to tell you about the foot peel in a minute. But every set comes with the glue, the file, a cuticle stick, and they've enough sizes. And then once you've been through one set, you can mix and match them. So I was going to mix and match this with blue this morning because I've worn my light blue, but I still have some left, but I didn't. I just went with all polka dots, and I really like it. So there's that. And I would highly suggest that, I mean, even if you just have to go out to dinner, or you have to go somewhere and you want your hands to look nice, but I honestly just felt like my hands were on camera, and I have knuckly arthritis, but my fingernails always look horrible. Hold on, I put my heat gun away. I put everything away. This is what happens when I put my stuff away. So I love them. I absolutely love them. Your kitchen has a bee theme. Okay. Oh yeah, this is my cotton candy shirt. Yeah, it's cute. It's super comfy. They use that the really good blend. And look, I told you guys, these are those Druzy studs I got from Amazon. And see how cute they are with it? They're just little studs. Hold on, I gotta plug this in. Holy moly. Okay. Yep, from Cotton Chaos. It's super cute and it's comfy. So in my stories, I actually put on yellow jeans this morning. I thought, okay, it's gonna look great with yellow jeans. Man, I had to squeeze into those jeans. I could barely get them around my waist, but then the yellow pants didn't look good. I put up a story, but the Druzy studs on Amazon, these are a stainless steel backer. So I'll show you. They are super cute and they're fun because you get the ones I bought. They were really inexpensive, and hold on. You get 3 different colors or 3 different shapes. Hold on, I'll show you. Let me see. Okay, you get 3 different lengths and the cool or shapes, and the cool thing is that they're stainless steel. And I have a lot of trouble with earrings because my ears are super sensitive. I don't know if you guys have that where your ears turn black or they get sore when you're wearing earrings. I haven't had that happen with these. I looked for the stainless steel specifically because, is Kim still here? If Kim is, she and I were chatting about making earrings this morning, and we were talking about, I have all of this stuff to make earrings, but I did a ton of research on it before I bought them because, I'm just going to wipe this off and hopefully, oh, my Vaseline, see right there. There we go. But I was, what do I want to say? I did a bunch of research because I didn't want to buy like the cheap. I don't think I used enough. Yeah. I didn't want to buy any kind of backer because my ears are super sensitive and I wanted to know I could wear them if I made them. And so I got surgical stainless steel as the posts or the like little hooks for the drop down earrings. What are they even called? I know there's a technical name for those things, but I got surgical stainless steel so that when I made the earrings, that they wouldn't turn my ears black. And that if somebody else had sensitive ears and they wanted me to make a pair for them, or if I wanted to give them as a gift, I would feel confident in knowing I wasn't giving them something really cheap. Yes. Which, Kim Harwood, check the listing on Amazon. Oh, thank you. I know. They really are. And they come in all these great colors and, you can't even tell you have them on. That's like my number one requirement. 1, don't turn my ears black. 2, I don't need to know that I'm wearing them. If I can feel them in my ears, I don't wear them. But so hold on. It's all right here. I'll show you guys. This is easier for me to talk about. And then you're going to see how wrong I am. So, yeah, so these are, and they look a little different, but I have them in different sizes and you just put your dangle right there, but these don't turn your ears green. And then they're, you can put a little plastic backer on there or pinch it together. And so I told Kim I need to talk about making earrings. So I have the studs and all of that, but I got them from, I have them in a couple different sizes, but I digress. Let me grab my sandpaper, but yeah, so that's my one requirement is I don't want to feel them. 2 requirements, and they can't turn my ears black. And these work really, really well for me. I'm looking for sandpaper. Here we go. I tried to go really light on the Vaseline because it's a small frame. I can see some of it, but I feel like I probably, guys, should have put a lot more because it's not coming off the ends. But Kim and I were talking about settings for the silhouette when you cut like leather earrings. So I can cut leather on my laser too. I just haven't gotten around to it. So, oh, she makes seed bead earrings. Oh, cool. So I know I just have that like thing. Like I love all of the, for me, I love the tech crafting. So if it starts with, oh, Sandy's here. Hey, Sandy. If it starts, we're just talking about like our crafting obsession, why we're making, if it starts with tech, like if it starts with a file, a digital file, if I am making a printable, that's how I like to craft. I like to start. It's just me. Like I love that tech crafting. I'm gonna age this a little more. And then I think we need a little decor wax and we'll iron it and put it together and hang it. So yeah, that is what I like the best. It's just my preference. Anybody else like, yeah, I have made wood earrings. I was playing around with it. I made some. I even got like the cork. It's like a printed fabric with a printed like leather with cork, because there's some of that fabric, like the fake, I'm shaking my camera, the fake stuff that you can't cut in a laser because it'll blow up or catch on fire. Probably catch on fire is more appropriate. But I got this like cork that has like a cool pattern, so you could like make a teardrop earring, engrave out the middle so that you have like an inlay space, and then you could cut that cork to go in that spot and glue it in there, so you would have like an inlaid earring. I have all of the plans, Cassie. Oh, how did it go, Sandy? Tell me about your first reverse canvas. I had a totally different plan with this one, but the beads I bought are I bought these beads a while ago to make like one of those, you know what I'm talking about? The beaded frames where these little half beads, you put them on the frame and then paint it. They're too big. The Dollar Tree either changed their vendor or supplier or whatever that's called, their supplier for these, because the frames are different this time. They're mitered. They're much nicer quality. They're not janky in shape. So this is totally different this time. Generally, yeah, when you have a Dollar Tree reverse canvas, the wood is janky. I mean, it's just, but it's this wood is also so much harder than the other wood. See, like, okay, can you see on the back, the edges are mitered? So usually what happens is you have a length of wood here, a length of wood here, and then they staple them, right, to make a roundabout square, but it's not really nice and solid. This is, look at this, because I always say when I make these, like, be careful, but look, it doesn't even wiggle. Like, I hope they continue to use this supplier. I really don't know. Should we do decor wax or not? Oh, hi, Braxton. How old is Braxton? I almost think it's okay with no decor wax. Yeah, I did get it from Dollar Tree, and it's Crafter Square. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Deanna. I think that it looks good the way it is. We're gonna just roll with it. I am going to cut this out with Hot Mess Express today, guys. Just good. Here we go. Oh, you did the decor wax? Okay. So I'm going to cut this out. This was the printable in the Joyful Crafting Club this month. Every month I do a printable in there, and I was going to paint bees with you guys today, but if you come back tonight, it is a mystery, so I can't tell you all of it, but there's going to be, I didn't want to like do the same thing twice. 8 months. Oh, Amy says that baby Braxton is 8 months old. He'll be 8 months in 3 days. Oh, how cute. Okay. All right. So Sandy says she wish she painted it white. Yes, I use a thicker paper. So we got some questions. Let me answer the questions and then yeah, you know what? I kind of like this. So the reason I did this white, honestly, I was going to do the decor wax, but then I wanted to put these half beads on it. So I was like, no, we'll just paint it white, because you cannot decor wax. Okay, if you decor wax the beads in the frame, you're going to have two different browns. It does not absorb the same, and it looks very bad. So I was like, I'll just do it white. That will make it work. But the beads are too fat for this frame. They do fit the other Dollar Tree frames. So we threw that out the window, and we went with Vaseline on here. And that's why it's white. Okay, I'm going to show you how to fix that. So Deanna, when I do this, because it can, but right now this is dry to the touch, okay? And yes, I use a thicker paper for my printables, and I had, okay, this one, I feel like it looks like I printed this one at home, but I have pretty, but yeah, but the ones in the group I had printed somewhere. Okay. Oh, well, Tammy, just come whenever you can. And Amy says she likes cardstock for hers, which is definitely an option. When I'm just printing a one-off printable, like to do at home, we have an inkjet printer, and I get the Walmart paper. It's like, oh man. Woohoo, we got 21 keeps. The Walmart paper is called, can anyone think of that brand that Walmart has? You know what I'm talking about? It's like the Walmart office supply brand. That's the brand that I buy for the inkjet printer, and it's a little thicker and it makes the colors a little more vibrant. It's like just like what is it, like Pen and Gear? Is that what it's called? I'm thinking it's Pen and Gear. Okay, that's Dry to the Touch. I always start in the middle with my printables when I'm ironing them on, because I don't want to start at the top and then wrinkle it down. So I hold it in the middle. Yeah, Pen and Gear, Juanita. Oh, good morning, Juanita. Oh, I'm sorry your husband's not feeling good. Ugh. I think it's Pen and Gear. So I have more trouble, if it's with it bubbling when I seal it, which is why I don't use Mod Podge to seal it. I do think that when you're doing a printable, this is just my opinion, and if it's something that you want to last, it's better to seal it because it's paper. And not that it's going to be like perfect, but you could spray seal it. I use the Decor Wax, and sometimes, or not Decor Wax, the varnish, the Duraclear varnish. Yeah. Pen and Gear. But it's like a heavier weight inkjet paper, ultra bright, and it works really well, and I use it exclusively for, okay, and make it sound like I'm super fancy. I only use it when I'm making a printable, right? Or when I'm doing printables. Like I don't print anything else on it. And when I forget to take it out and then I happen to run a bunch of copies on it. So Amy says she uses cardstock for her printables, and I want her to tell us, Amy Humphreys, do you use the iron-on method when you use the cardstock, or do you use just like your regular old Mod Podge and then pop it on there and let it dry? Do you know? Because so here's my experience with the iron-on is that if I'm ironing on a napkin, it takes like no time at all. Boom. As soon as you set that iron down, it is on there. When you have a thicker paper like this, you have to take a little more time, apply a little more pressure, and make sure that you've got it on there. Oh, I need a new piece of parchment paper. No. I just ironed like a little goop onto my thing. I'm just going to scrape it off with a knife. And then when you have like the heavier cardstock, that is where I find it like you really have to get in there, apply some pressure, leave it on for a while, because if not, it's time for a new piece of parchment, ladies. If not, what happens is the edges come up or it's not on really well. Oh, you don't use. Yeah, it needs to be dry if you, now I'll show you what I use. Yeah, it does need to be dry. Absolutely needs to be dry. Let's use the matte. Let's use the Ultra Matte. So this is the Duraclear Ultra Matte. And I just use a little bit and go over the top quickly. And if it bubbles, the difference with this is if you use your Your Mod Podge. Oh, is it Joe? Is he coming downstairs? Oh, I've got it, baby, but thank you. He brought me some. He's up there watching and he's not commenting because I'll tell him to come down and craft with me. So yesterday he was like, I went viral. He was.
People are honking at me.
He said,
they go to the drugstore.
He said, I'm pretty sure I went viral yesterday when you filmed me because he said, I went to Walmart and people were asking me for my autograph. He's stupid. Oh my gosh. He's a mess, my husband. Okay, so do not do what I did and use a dirty piece of parchment paper because you're going to ruin your printable. Let's just learn from that. But the other thing is that I totally lost track of what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. He said people were honking at him when he went to pick up medicine at the drugstore this morning. He's he just doesn't. He's a mess. So it just puts a nice coat on it and seals it up. It also, I think, makes colors a little more vibrant. I'm kind of being intentional about seeing if I can get some bubbles here to show you how I fix it. Okay, I know what I was talking about, guys. If you use Mod Podge to seal this, and then you get bubbles, and you put your parchment paper on top of there, and then you iron it, what's going to happen is your parchment paper is going to stick to your beautiful artwork. And I know that because I've done it. I was not really thinking that whole thing through, and then I was relatively frustrated with myself. So that's why I like to seal this stuff with the decor wax, or it's not decor wax, the Duraclear. Okay, the Ultra Matte Duraclear, because it dries really clear. And then once it's all the way dry, if I have a bubble, I can put my parchment paper back on top and just kind of press quickly, and it'll go right back down. Oh, look at my husband. He's an international internet sensation. He's just making fun of all. Not necessarily us, but all these people who are always worried about whether or not their videos go viral. Yes. So here, let's pick some names. I'm gonna pick a few names right now. We landed on Deanna Anderson. I'm gonna pick 2 names, and then we'll keep going. Okay, and then we'll pick some more at the end. I need to choose. And Michelle Irvine. Okay, congrats, ladies. Going in the jar. I have tons of birdhouses I'm shipping out too. Tons of birdhouses. So let's let this dry. This stuff dries really to the touch really quickly, so it's dry. And if you can see, it's hard to see my bubbles. Okay. I went heavy on if you go super light on the Duraclear, it usually doesn't bubble, but now we're going to just hit this really quickly. I don't know. I was just messing around with this one day and I was like, maybe I can fix that. And see, now my bubbles are gone. Okay. So, the Duraclear Ultra Matte, is that what you're asking, Tammy? Tammy, if this is not what I'm asking, if you're not asking, let me know. Okay. I'm going to just pretend like that's pollen. Okay. Everyone who's watching, do not do what I did and use a dirty piece of parchment paper because you're going to ruin your printable. I'm just going to pretend like it's pollen. Okay, so the next thing that I do is I take my tape it on, and we're going to staple this together. Yeah, the Duraclear, I'm obsessed. This is like I have it in satin matte gloss. I have all of them, ultra matte, whatever they are. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to try to not pop my fingernails off. So I'm going to use this. Yeah. Yeah, DuraClear. Oh, Amy, you're so helpful. So I just usually like tape this in place. So yeah, Joe, where I just saw someone pop, it kind of went past me, but I saw someone say that Joe is funny. Okay. So Joe thinks he's very funny. When we first got married, like he would wake up in the morning and he'd start cracking jokes. Usually his family shows love by being like snarky. And so if they're snarky with you, that means that they really like you. And so he would like say snarky things to me in the morning before I'd had any coffee. And I had no tolerance for it. Okay. None. And so I was like, you know, you cannot make jokes until at least I've had 2 cups of coffee, because it's just not okay. He does think that he's very funny. I'm like, when we're on, Joe, if you're still watching, turn it off. But when we're on long road trips and we've been in the car too long, like he starts making lots of really bad jokes. And they're really not funny at that point. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we all need to get out of the car, because he's making jokes about everything that we drive by, because I think he's just bored out of his mind. And he's just like, and it's usually because I usually drive when we travel, because he usually works, honestly, the whole time that we travel. And so he's usually emailing or, and everyone kind of thinks that that's okay. So let me talk about my thing here. I'm going opposite edges. I'm going to go, and then I'm going to pull this tight here. No, I'm not. I think I'm going to go and keep pulling this tight and work my way this like equally across so that I don't get bubbles in my canvas. But the reason is because he used to drive, but then he would try and like voice text and stuff. And I don't know. This is probably his way of getting me to drive. Oh my gosh, please no. Hold on, girls. Hold on. Okay. All right. So that was my way of I think that's probably his way of getting me to drive. But I always drive because he usually works. Or he's on the phone, you know, he does a lot of his work over the phone, honestly. Okay. So yeah. Did someone ask about this? This, Tammy, did I get what are you asking about, hun? I'm hitting those staples underneath. Like, you don't have to take them out, but you also have to know that you might, if you hit the staples, your staple won't go in all the way. This, Tammy, yeah, tell me what that is. And then the DuraClear. Okay, the DuraClear. The first time I found it, it was at Pop Shelf, if you can believe it. And I thought I'd just try it. I think Hobby Lobby carries it. I know Michael's carries it. You can get it on Amazon, but just like, girls, honestly, be careful. I know I've got it linked in my store, but just sometimes when you buy like something like this so that people know what I use, but just like, don't spend $8 on a 2-ounce bottle. You can usually, if Juanita's here, I think Juanita found it at her Hobby Lobby for like $2. I mean, $2 or $3, right? Don't go on Amazon and pay $8 to get free shipping on that. You know, save your money for something else. This staple gun, Deanna, is it was my husband's grandma's. So it is vintage. She had a little like pink tool set that I got when my mother-in-law passed away. So they make a really good electric one at Fiskars does. But if you do a lot of staple gunning, if I did a ton of staple gunning, I would probably get the electric one. Let's see if I can get this out of here. There's a lot of staples in the corner. It's throwing me because usually they're so jankily put together that there's nothing in the back to interfere with what I'm doing. But this is interfering. Okay. But yeah, let's take this one out too. Yeah, usually these are just so, but whoever it was that they didn't like the wood before, like I just say, it gives it a little farmhouse charm when they're all wonky. Okay. Yeah, so there we go. Okay, so we use the Vaseline on here. I like how the frame looks, and you see how it's pretty flat. So now I'm going to move this, and this is like a cutting mat, right? And I'm just gonna okay, I'm just snapping it off so I have a fresh blade because you want it nice and sharp. Yeah, the printable. This is from the Joyful Crafting Club. But you can do this with any printable. I think it's off center just a little bit, but we're going to roll with it. Okay. If I wasn't live, I would probably take it apart and start over. I'm just a little perfectionistic. But yeah, you could do it with any printable. We were talking about how to shrink them before, Juanita, before you hopped on. When I did Stacy's printable parade, I had to reduce, it was a 4x6. See, it's off just a little bit. But it's fine. I had to reduce it, I think 85%, right? To get it to fit with the inside of the frame. And that's the only thing about when you're making a reverse canvas from a full flat printable. Now you can totally take a napkin and cut it out and put that on the canvas and do napkin art on there. You could cut a shape out. I've seen people like cut trucks out and put them on there and then put like little faux flowers in the back or whatever. I've seen people do so many fun things with these, or like cut out a watering can and glue flowers on. I mean, you don't have to have a full printable to do this, but honestly, I was going to do something different this morning, but Jen and I are crafting together tonight, and our mystery crafting night at the Creative Collab. We have a name for it. It's the Creative Collab. So we anyway, I couldn't use what I was going to use because we're doing something similar tonight. That's all. You put a napkin behind it. Oh, yeah. There's no perfect people are allowed over here because you're going to make me look bad. I am not like super. I should have. Okay. I never have to take the staples out of the back on the old ones because they just don't, there's not enough of them to get in the way. But this, if you happen to get one of these nicer Dollar Tree frames, you might want to get you a pair of pliers or like a screwdriver and pop some of those staples out, because one, they're bigger staples, it feels like, and two, they're super, like, there's a lot of them, and they're getting in the way of me doing this, and I really have never had to take them off. You put a napkin behind yours. You mean, oh, okay. Yeah, I noticed you had a pattern, and I wasn't sure if it was like how you got your pattern behind there. Did you seal it with Mod Podge, or did you there, now it'll go nice and smooth. Okay. Did you seal it with Mod Podge? Whoa, don't fall off your stool, Amy. What'd you do? Tell me a little bit about that. Okay. Because if you didn't seal it with Mod Podge and you haven't sealed it, you might still be able to iron it on. Did you use the iron-on method? Oh, thank you, Anita. Oh, if you sealed it with Mod Podge, you might just, like, you know what? The bubbles give it character, and that's what I would just kind of, I'm putting in a very short, just because my concern is if you go back and try and iron it down, what's going to happen is you're going to, your parchment paper is going to get stuck to your printable. I did, girls, if you're in the group, if you're in the Joyful Crafting Club, this printable is inside of the Joyful Crafting Club under the guides for April. So you're welcome to, like, you know, make whatever you want with it. Okay, I'm going to start on one end. Oh, you use the plastic wrap method. I haven't done that. Does that work? Deanna said she used the plastic wrap method. The napkins and the bubbles. So, you know, when I did that, did you guys remember the jar that we did with my friend Denise? Legitimately, I had no bubbles in that, and I don't know how you guys do yours. I'd never done that before. But she said to use saran wrap, and so it worked really well. And I had a little tear at the bottom, and she does a ton of decoupaging in her group. Denise does. And so is Tracy Pounds. Miss Tracy Creates. So okay, I've got one, and I want this uber short because I want it to hang on here. Let me see. Yeah, about like that. So okay, I just marked my rope so I could see about how long I wanted it. There's, Cassie, are there staples on both sides of the frame? Because usually there's just staples on one side. Oh, yay! Denise is great. Denise is my friend. She and I are buds. She's awesome. Love Denise. Love her. And she's so, she's just so kind, you know? So if you guys don't know Denise, she's the Crafty DIYer. Oh, you have both sides. Ooh, Cassie, I don't know what to say about that. So I have two thoughts. One, I would pitch it and just try again. That's happened to me once or twice with Dollar Tree frames where on the other ones where they'd stick that and there would be that like a screw or a staple that would come through the wrong way or something, and it just wasn't fixable. The other thought I have is pull them out, put something over there to seal it, or cover it with something. Like you could even Mod Podge it onto some craft paper. So sand it off. This is probably what I would do. I would probably sand it off, paint it, and then Mod Podge it onto a piece of craft paper that goes with what you want to make. And then you're going to have that, and then just, use some scissors or a box knife to cut out the middle the best you can, then sand it down. And you'd have like either plain, like a plain thing around the edge. You couldn't use a napkin because you're going to see through. And I think you'd need at least the weight of a craft paper. But then you could sand around the edges and you'd have like a cute little distressed pattern on it, and nobody's going to see those janky holes. That's probably what I do. That was a really good idea, Amy. Okay. Yeah, the crafty DIYer. Okay, girls. All right, look at this. We did it. You take this off. Oh, my new healthy exercise. Mary, let's talk about that. I'm glad you asked. So let me stop this camera. Okay, look. Is this cute or what? Okay. I love it. I can't get it to go just straight on here. But yes, I am. I've done all of my donkey kicks. I'm walking like every day. I would like to get, so what am I on today? Today I'm up to 9 donkey kicks, which is relatively easy. But okay, bye Deanna. But what I will tell you is this little, remember when I was sharing this with you guys, this active life thing I'm doing with my friend. It's act live life. So she has a motivational fitness box, and I shared it the other day and we were talking about it. Let me tag her. It's act live life. Okay, I think that's it. So, and it's also actlivelife.com. Okay, but I was telling her, like, the first day you have to do 5 donkey kicks on both sides. And if she wouldn't give me this card, I would be like, look, I'm not doing 5 donkey kicks. It's not going to help. Like, why would I do 5? I mean, really, because, okay, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. You know how I told you guys I used to weigh 180 pounds? Well, I was always overweight as a kid. I mean, this is just the truth. Since I hit 2nd grade and I put on a lot of weight, and I was just overweight all through my childhood, up until 8th grade, where I lost a lot of weight, but it wasn't very healthy the way I did it. And then high school, my weight yo-yoed. And then in my 20s, I got up to over 180 pounds. And let me put this here so you guys can see it because it's so cute. But I don't like exercise. And I've been thinking about this week because, and then I'll get back to the checkoff. And here's why. I was a fat little kid, and let me say this in a way. I'm not faulting my mom, but she was always trying to get me to exercise and eat healthy because I was overweight, which I think that any mom would do. But the way that I interpret it was, because I was overweight, I had to exercise. And so it was really, in my mind, it was framed in a way that I really don't like physical activity at all. I like to get out and walk the dogs. I like to walk through nature. But if I'm like thinking about like having to work out, like I dread it. And I think I have like a bad, just from my childhood, like a bad mental, like block from it, and just a really bad feeling about it. And and I feel like I have to do it because I'm not good enough, right? And so that's why I hate exercises, because I feel like I have to do it because I'm not good enough. And that's just the truth. And so my friend, she saw me posting about, when I was in Florida, and I was like, I really need to, since I'm 47, my body, I'm gaining some weight. And I know people say, oh, you're thin, you don't have to worry about it. Well, you know what? I'm 10 pounds heavier than I normally am. And it's been that way since I had Gabe. Um, and then the other part of it is that, like, I just have not I have a kid with special needs, and then I have got, Joe really traveled 90% until COVID, and so I was always by myself with the kids, and I just could never carve out that time for myself. And, so my friend Jessica saw me post, like, okay, I want to do this. And then she saw my post and say, well, I have not been consistent. And she's like, just start with one thing. Like, you just do 5 minutes of physical activity and check it off, right? And that'll be good. And I said, well, okay. And so I said, hey, I did it. Like, I did a 5-minute workout with Denise Austin, because Denise Austin is so brilliant in that you can search her workouts by 5 minutes. And I did. I said, I feel really good about myself. And she said, well, will you try my box? If I send you my box, will you try it? I said, yeah, you know what? I'll try it. I will try it. And so, but when I saw this and I was like, 5 donkey kicks, I'm like, I'm not doing 5 donkey, but I did 5 donkey kicks and checked it off. I felt so accomplished. I was like, hold on. I did that. So I messaged her. I'm like, I did my donkey kicks and I feel really good about it. And so I've done them every day. Today I'm up to 9 on a side. And by the end of the month, you get up to 40 donkey kicks per side. And she has it like in a progression so that, your body gets stronger over time. And so I'm really excited about it. I feel really good about it. And, you know, Mary, I would say, yeah, today, like, as a 47-year-old woman, I would say, yeah, that's my perspective. But I think what happened was I grew up with this, I mean, there was a lot of stuff. There were kids at school who would, like, walk behind me down the hall and tell me how fat I was, and I needed to go to Weight Watchers, and it was just really hard. And probably have not cleaned up all that old stuff, obviously. But my weight's healthy today, but I make conscious decisions every day to eat healthier than what probably I would otherwise, you know? Um, and so it's just that I love the way, so Mary asked, but I love the way that I feel like, hey, I did something good. And then you do a little bit, and what happens is, for me, I feel like, wait, hold on, I can do a little more. I can do a little more today, or I can make a little better food choice. I don't eat unhealthy, but what happens a lot of times is I get busy and I don't stop to, like, make a salad. Instead, I'll just eat another yogurt, which the yogurt isn't bad, but you need to get your greens in. You know what I mean? And so it's just that constant of, like, you just do a little bit, and then you can do a little more, and then you do a little more. So, um, yeah. Oh, okay. And I've got the psoriasis too on my legs, and I get it on my scalp. And sometimes, like, I'll get it right here. I know. And it is kids are so mean. They really are. I didn't develop it until later in life, but even adults are, I mean, I'm sorry, but adults are mean too. They're just my legs, they're not too bad. They just are like red patches, and there's like this like cream I got. Someone told me to try it from Amazon. I have no idea what's in it, but it works. It's like some Chinese formulated like herbal thing. And usually if I use it, it'll take it away. I don't have to use the steroids. But yeah, you know what? I think, like, that's why I say no, no perfect people allowed. Like, if you're perfect and if you do everything right all the time, like, please don't come here, because it's just, we're not perfect. And I really do it. And it if you don't know, you don't know, but if you didn't know that, like, I struggled with my weight for most of my life, um, you would just assume that it's easy for me, but it actually is really hard. you know, um, it is never been something, and that's why I was like, look, I have got to do something to get my body in a better, like, stronger, more muscle tone. Like I said, not like I'm not don't want to look, not saying I need to look like a flat six pack of abs or whatever, but I just so that as I get older, I stay healthy and I'm a little better, with every passing year physically instead of a little worse. And then I can take control over the parts of getting older that I have control over. Some of it I have no control over, like um the sagging skin, the changes in my skin. You use good lotion, but my skin does not look as good as it did, 10 years ago. Um, my feet, like, just are, yeah, bad feet genetically. My mom does, my aunt does. Like, they just don't, they hurt more than what I'd like them to. Those kinds of things that you don't have tons of control over, but to take control over the things that you have control over, and I can find some time every day to do something healthy. So, yeah, it's right. Food and words. Yep, you have to really plan. And so we've done some things differently. Oh, Amy, you've got psoriasis. Yeah, we've done better. We've started planning better and all of the things. So, but yeah, that's a long and short of it, and it's going well, Mary. And I'm glad you asked. It's been and I've been using, like, the ankle weight she said when I do the donkey kicks. I got a little extra in. So, all right, ladies, I am going to get to shipping your orders out. Excuse me. And I'll see you tonight at 8:30 because we're going to be crafting again. The mystery crafting, same thing, 2 different ways. Thank you so much for, yes, Tammy, everybody needs to be nice. Just be nice. Like be nice, be kind. Do you guys, does anyone listen to and then we can go, but I thought of this, the Zach Williams, his name's Zach Williams. He's a Christian singer. He's got that song, A Little More Like Jesus, and he talks about being kinder and gentler and offering more grace and all of those things. Like, everybody, myself included, like, can just do that a little more, just do a little more. So everybody have an awesome rest of your day. If you're crafting with us tonight, I'll see you at 8:30. And if you make a reverse canvas, guys, post it and tag me because I want to see them. All right. Oh, you guys love Zach Williams. See? Yep. All right, y'all. Love you. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll see you tonight at 8:30, and we're going to be crafting again. And it will not be. Jen and I are both hot messes. So just know the Creative Collab is also a hot mess. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.